The quiet hours of the night are cold in Manchester. Last night, they were freezing. Few can appreciate, though, just how long and cold a night can be. Like these people.
Well, it's just after 1 a.m. It's absolutely freezing, and there are still people on the streets, people bedding down for the night.
It is bad, but I've got 3 pairs of tracky bottoms on, 3 pair of socks, 5 t-shirts, jumpers, so you get used to it after a bit.
Alan has been sleeping rough for the last 5 months. The last few nights, though, have been a test.
What about if it gets much colder than this, though?
I don't know, to be honest. Some lad who we know died a couple of days ago through the weather. I think it was only about 38 or something like that. It was a drinker, but he died from the cold, like, he just didn't wake up.
Alan's spot is in one of the more glamorous enclaves of the city centre, where the sounds of extreme wealth punctuate our chat. When the temperature drops suddenly, the city council does make extra spaces available for rough sleepers. But a friend of Alan's explains sometimes the streets feel safer.
I feel safe at this spot, and people that are around me feel safe at this spot. That's what I'm saying. But if I was in one of these homeless provisions or homeless hostels that they do give, I wouldn't feel safe.
So you actually don't want to go to one of them?
No, basically I don't. I'm not going to lie to you. And that's not me saying like that I am not grateful of the offer. It's just that I'm saying that I would sleep a lot easier out here. And you know what I mean? That could send
because
somebody...
you know all of the people that are near you and you feel...
Yeah, these people that are in these like hostels, they could rob off you any minute. So you're like, whoa, sleeping with one eye open. You've got to look over your shoulder every time. That can send a man scatty and give him mental health problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The cold doesn't respect geography this winter. An hour south in Stafford, the temperature's even lower and the snow piled high. Too cold for shopfront bedrooms.
We've obviously experienced bad winters over the last 7 years, but nothing quite as bad as what we've experienced in the UK.
For 7 years, Will Morris has provided a lifeline to Stafford's rough sleepers. He's witnessed 2 things, he says: a huge rise in the numbers looking for help and an entire system that needs to be overhauled.
But the fact is, the method and the process that's operating across the UK at the moment, somewhere it's successful, somewhere less successful, ultimately it's failing the people in need because it's not joined up enough. And also, people have to be more flexible.
2 days a week, people can come here for food, support, warmth. Today is not one of them, but sometimes needs must.
I mean, talk me through it. Like, 6 months is a long time, but the few months before this month haven't been anywhere near as bad weather-wise, have they?
Well, mate, it's breaking me, man. You know what I mean? It's hard going, man. It's not just the snow. What happened the last week or so. It's time period. You know what I mean? It's dirty clothes all the time, stinking, hungry all the time. You know what I mean? It's the package. You know what I mean? I just want a nice, warm, comfy bed just to sleep in for one night. You know what I mean?
Dwayne and his friend Michael are on the street every night. Sometimes they have a tent.
A tent doesn't sound much.
Freezing, and everything's soaking wet and freezing cold. It's bad. Only just recently. It's never been this bad, has it?
We asked Michael what the hardest thing about living on the streets was, especially in this weather. His answer, as uncomfortable to hear as it is honest.
Waking up in the morning, dread it. Dread waking up. You know, once you get your head down at night, I hate waking up. Wondering what the day brings.
Well, Stafford Borough Council have told us this evening that they are not turning anyone away from their emergency accommodation, and they'll even find them space in bed and breakfast if the spaces get full. But you know, just this evening we've seen someone just around the corner already bedding down for the evening, already getting ready to spend their night out here. And this isn't an issue just isolated to Stafford. It's not even an issue isolated to when the weather is this cold. I'll leave you with just this one statistic just to give you an idea of how big a problem this is. Since 2010, just 7 years, in just England alone, the number of rough sleepers has more than doubled.